Hi, I'm Shine, and this is Divine Shine Tarot with your monthly love and career reading for my Virgos, Sun or Rising in April 2025. I'll leave the timestamps down below. I hope this reading finds you at a helpful time. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. If anything resonates, please let me know in the comments. Also, leave me questions or suggestions for readings you'd like to see from me in the future. I'm raising funds to purchase medical equipment, so I appreciate any donations or shiny items you care to gift from my Amazon and Etsy list linked below. If you're inspired, but not required. Now, I ask that the Spirit step forward to divinely guide my vision and messaging for these love and career readings. Let's get started. Spirit, what's happening in my Virgo's love life this month? What are they experiencing? What should they prepare for in their love life for the rest of April? All right, that flew out. We have the Two of Pentacles. So you may be trying to find balance with your love life and some other aspect of your life, perhaps work and your love life. Or this could also indicate making a decision between two or more things that you find valuable. Three of Cups. This may be a very social time for you, Virgo. This card indicates either socializing or maybe even celebrations. Perhaps you have a lot of social commitments in these next 4 to 6 weeks, or this card may be advising you to put yourself out there in social environments. If you're looking for love, this might help you connect with a potential love interest. Six of Wands. This card is about victory, popularity, recognition. So following this Three of Cups card, this indicates that there may indeed be some success in your love life that comes out of some time of socialization, of you being popular and perhaps attracting a good partner at this time, or several that you have to choose from. You may have the burdens of those success. You may feel very torn and undecided by having two or more partners to choose from and trying to either maintain relationships long enough with them to decide who you would like to explore a long-term relationship with may be burdensome or exhausting for you, at the very least, somewhat of a juggling act. So you may need to make a decision sooner than later about settling down and focusing on one person in your love life and stepping away from so many options. Let's get some clarification on this reading for you, Virgo. Spirit, please clarify this love life reading for my Virgos. Please help clarify this love life reading for the rest of April for my Virgos, Sun or Rising, Spirit. Let's get some cards out to clarify this love life reading for the next 4 to 6 weeks for my Virgos. Oh, there we go. So we have here feeling a sense of freedom with this Eight of Swords in reverse. It says freedom, openness, empowerment, releasing negative thoughts, self-acceptance. So you may have gotten out of a relationship, Virgo, and now you're feeling more self-confidence and self-esteem, which may encourage you to put yourself out there socially since you're feeling more empowered and free from some past relationship or emotional connection. Ooh, there were so many here that flew out. This is the Page of Swords. This card means you may be restless, feeling energetic, talkative, have some new ideas, curiosity, a thirst for knowledge at this time. There may be somebody new that you meet that you're very curious about, that you kind of want to know more about them. So this card may indicate that there may be someone that you're excited about, or you'll be finding out more about one or two love interests to help you make a decision on who you'd like to consider taking seriously. Queen of Swords, interesting. So this card following that Page of Swords indicates that you may have the theme of trying to find out the truth of someone in this reading. You may have that theme coming out for you in this reading. This says intelligent, perceptive, independent, clear boundaries, clear-minded, direct communication. So this again brings me back to this Eight of Swords in reverse, Virgo, as it suggests that you may have this sense of independence and clear boundaries, likely after coming out of something and feeling self-assured and clear about yourself and what it is that you will or won't tolerate in your next relationship. Also worth mentioning that this is a Virgo card, so these characteristics may more closely reflect your energy or the priorities of some of your thoughts at this time. You may be a really good communicator, especially after coming out of this stage where you have learned something about yourself or gained clarity about your preferences in relationships in general in order to set those expectations and boundaries for your next one. This also could mean that you're interested in someone who's a good communicator. You may be a bit frustrated at some sort of delay or setback, as this Eight of Wands in reverse suggests. Delay, frustration, panic, slowdown, problems ahead, miscommunication. So right after this Queen of Swords card that emphasized direct communication, having this miscommunication card may indicate either a problem that you had in a past relationship or an issue you might experience in your current or future relationship. And then with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you may have even felt smothered by this person because this card says suffocating, nagging, materialistic, jealousy, homework conflict. So that actually makes me think about the Two of Pentacles that we got at the beginning of this reading, where I was first thinking that this may be communicating some work-life balance that you are either trying to maintain or trying to create. There may have been an imbalance in your work and life due to something to do with your love life, your personal life. Something from your love life may have contributed to perhaps emotional instability, for example, or at the very least, some sort of distraction. Or maybe your demanding work schedule didn't allow you enough time to put into a relationship, which may have caused some conflict for you. I'm thinking this may be pointing to a previous relationship, but because of the placement in this spread, maybe we are transitioning into talking about a new or current relationship. This Star card in reverse says that you may feel some lack of faith, despair, disappointment, doubt, discouragement, disconnection. So maybe there will be some clarification as to if indeed you were trying to decide between one or more people that you have perhaps been dating, and now you want to entertain commitment with just one of them, trying to distinguish amongst them to make your decision. This card could be saying that there's something that happens that may disappoint you in one of them that would help make it more clear which one you should or shouldn't continue trying to build a relationship with. Oh, you may even find yourself in a state of solitude, since this Hermit card in reverse says isolation, loneliness, withdrawal, loss of your way, distance, paranoia, antisocial, sadness. Another Virgo card. So, as I originally thought in this first card in the clarifiers, you may be in a post-breakup state where you took some time for self-reflection to reevaluate and process not only the relationship, but also your feelings and your thoughts and expectations around relationships in general. These realizations and insights may be contributing to help you make a decision on who you would like to entertain in your life romantically, if anyone. This could also mean you're trying to decide if it's worth making time for love or if you would rather prioritize your work life. This King of Cups is someone who is very emotionally intelligent, a good leader, compassionate, diplomatic, balanced, considerate, supportive, generous. So this card could be asking you to tap into these characteristics, or this could be someone that's playing the role of advisor, mentor, or emotional support for you at this time, Virgo. This could be someone that you are consulting with or venting to try to help you make a decision about someone in your love life. And whatever decision you make, this Nine of Cups indicates you should be very happy on the other side of it. This says happiness, satisfaction, emotional stability, comfort, and confidence. This is very complimentary coming after this King of Cups that also communicated some sort of emotional stability that you may feel or find after making this decision. Or maybe that emotional stability may be a characteristic that the person that you're interested in possesses. Let's get one more out for you here. You're moving on from some emotional connection. This Eight of Cups says escapism, abandonment, walking away, freedom, leaving behind, action, change. So this is the second card that you have in this spread, Virgo, that points to a sense of freedom. And since you had the Hermit card in the middle, I'm now starting to think that maybe this is pointing to you trying to decide between entertaining a relationship with someone or remaining single. You may be so emotionally content with your life as is, where you're able to focus on work, have the freedom with your schedule, not feel the pressure to meet expectations and possibly disappoint someone in a relationship that you may not have the time or prioritization for at this time. So with this Eight of Cups coming at the end of the spread, this may indicate that you ultimately decide that you would rather remain single and keep your options open, because this card shows someone moving on from an emotional connection that was once fulfilling, but maybe doesn't satisfy them enough anymore. So I've spread these cards out to make them more visible for us to do a quick overview on your love life reading, Virgo. These clarifiers were certainly clarifying as you saw my interpretation of these initial cards change the further we went into the clarification cards. So this Two of Pentacles may be you trying to decide between entertaining a relationship or remaining single. since this Three of Cups and Six of Wands indicates that you may be very social, very gregarious, certainly very popular, and the burdens of a relationship may be too much for you at this time. It seems that you may have recently gotten out of a relationship and you enjoy your freedom and your solitude. You're energetic at this time. You're talkative. You like to meet new people. You like to learn about new people. You may be dating several people at once and not necessarily ready to settle on committing to just one person. And you may be very clear about communicating your boundaries, but that may lead to frustration for those that are interested in you. They may feel that there are mixed signals if they're enjoying their time with you, but not seeing the relationship advance. You may feel a bit smothered by some love interests, since this Queen of Pentacles indicates someone who's suffocating, nagging. You may even feel that relationships at this time are distracting from your other priorities, such as work. So you may be trying to balance your personal life and your work life and trying to decide which to prioritize or how to keep both of them balanced at the same time, since this Queen of Pentacles in reverse also indicates a work-life imbalance or conflict. And as compassionate and generous as you may be in a relationship, you may enjoy the freedom that you experience from remaining single and not having to be put in a situation to disappoint others by not meeting their expectations of being as available to them as perhaps they would want or expect. So these cards indicate you may be happier remaining single and keeping your options open and not remaining too attached to some love interest or emotional connection, keeping yourself free to socializing and dating in a way that's more flexible than being committed to one person and having to deal with the burdens of adjusting your lifestyle and priorities for that. These are love life readings that could apply to romantic connections, but also this could apply to friends, family members, loved ones that you share a strong bond or a lot of history with. Let's get some final cards out for your love life, Virgo. Spirit, what advice or final message do you have for my Virgo's love life for these next 4 to 6 weeks, Spirit? It says electrons, building blocks of the universe. Interesting. Let's get a few more cards out for you here, Virgo. Okay, so you have rebirth. This says metamorphosis, new beginnings, and dreaming. Curious messages, endless possibilities. That seems to complement this reading with this idea of remaining free and keeping your options open. And moving on from the stage of decision making and trying to figure out your priorities may allow you to release the burdens and feel like you are having a new beginning where you feel more free and you're having a fresh start. Somewhat of a rebirth of yourself after making this decision to walk away from a relationship option and follow your true dreams and desires, which at this time seems to be remaining single and unattached. Let's get more information on these cards for you. So first you got this electrons card. The message here says, when this card comes up in your reading, you are being put on notice. You are being reminded of your potential to impact your reality with your thoughts, words, and actions. You are a powerful manifester, and you must become aware of your ability to create both consciously and unconsciously. This is an opportunity to befriend the electrons that make up every aspect of our reality. Reflect on the understanding that this substance is the source of life, both manifest in form and existing as pure potential. What will you do with this power? Virgo, so that seems to communicate that you have the power to create whatever life you have for yourself, that you could manifest it into existence through speaking it into your life, praying it into your life, meditating it into your life. Recognize that you have the tools and power to make your life however it is that you want at this time in regards to some decision making around the priorities that you would like to have between your love life and your work life. And then you got this rebirth card. The message with this card says, if this card has come up for you, it may be a signal that you are at the end of a cycle or that there is some sort of closure or death process happening in one or more aspects of your life. Often when we are feeling stressed, out of alignment, or overly emotional, there is something asking for your attention so that it can be released. The eventual result of this release is the rebirth, the you without the energy that was not serving you. You are or will soon be in a new beginning, a fresh start of some kind. Virgo, once again, this is reinforcing the idea that we saw towards the end of your reading here, that moving on from this indecision or balancing act that you are trying to make, but ultimately deciding what's best for you, maybe to step away, focus on yourself, remain single, remain social and dating and unattached. That may be a new you that is enjoying a sense of freedom after removing yourself from the burdens of the expectations of a committed relationship. This experience may be an essential part of your growth and transformation, where you will be reborn into a new and improved version of yourself. And finally, you have here this dreaming card. The message here says, the act of dreaming, especially dreaming big, is a form of rebellion against the oppressive society that we are all experiencing on some level. This card is challenging you to dream outside of what you think is possible, to expand your idea of what you can experience in your life, break the mental, emotional, and energetic boundaries, and access the well of pure potential that exists within each of us. So that to me seems to reinforce what we heard in the Electrons card, that is trying to encourage you that you have the power and control to manifest the life of your dreams. The priorities and the balance that you prefer to have in your life can be enjoyed, and it's just a matter of going through the experience of making these decisions and maintaining firm and clear boundaries as far as what you want for yourself in your life, what would make you most happy and fulfilled. So hopefully this love life reading can help you sooner arrive on the other side of this transitional period, Virgo. So that is the monthly love reading for my Virgos, Sun and Rising, for April 2025. Now, let's move on to your career reading. Spirit, what's happening in my Virgo's career and finances this month? What are they experiencing? What should Virgo prepare for in their career and finances for the rest of April? Let's get some cards out for Virgo's career and finances for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, maybe too many cards here, but let's see. We got the Magician. So this card indicates that you may be very capable at this time, having the power, the skills, and all of the tools needed to manifest something that you would like in your career, or something that you would like to do with your finances. Page of Wands, you may be very excited about some creative idea or opportunity that you are passionate and enthusiastic about, something that you may embark on soon, if not already. This Five of Pentacles indicates a financial hardship, maybe even some health challenges. This may be a time that you're experiencing financial limitations that may be causing delays or setbacks to you manifesting your creative and business ideas at this time. A lot more cards than I usually pull, but I'm giving it a chance. So next you got this Justice card, which means you may be seeking some fair outcome after some difficult time. This card may not only mean justice in the literal sense in the court of law, but it could also mean karma, as the Justice card points to balance in life, people getting back the rewards or the consequences of their actions. And if it is that you were put in a place of financial hardships because of someone else or another entity, then you may be seeking to see some justice to rectify the wrongs and conclude that experience. The High Priestess is asking you to trust your intuition at this time, trust your instincts, perhaps even tap in with your spirituality and ancestors to try to get introspective messages through your intuition and instincts. The Ace of Cups indicates the potential for a new creative project or job opportunity that you may love. The Tower card indicates some sort of destruction and unexpected disaster. So this card may be indicating that there may be some inevitable disruption in your work and career to come, or that you have already experienced, that maybe has you in this state of this Five of Pentacles. And this Ace of Pentacles, similar to the Ace of Cups, is telling you that the universe may be sending you a new job opportunity, or at least some sort of material or financial opportunity. It could be a job, it could be a sudden financial windfall, such as an inheritance, or winning a lump sum from a legal case. If you're currently in one or pursuing one, that may not resonate with everyone, but it is an option with these cards. Page of Swords. So this card indicates breakthroughs. You may get clarification on something, some new communication, a new idea. You may be learning something, studying something new that you are very curious about, and maybe even very talkative about, which makes me think again of the potential of this Justice card representing a legal case that you may be talking a lot about at this time, to get all of your ducks in a row, to make your case, to receive that justice that you seek at this time. And finally, you got the Ace of Pentacles, which indicates hard work, meaningful work. Again, you may be not only sharpening your existing skills, but you may be learning something new. After the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, this Eight of Pentacles reinforces the idea of learning something that you're very curious and excited about, and perhaps learning it for a new job, sharpening your skills and upping your knowledge to be more successful in a new position. These are a lot more cards than I usually pull at the beginning of a reading, but let's still pull out some clarifiers for your career and finance reading, Virgo. Spirit, please clarify this career and finance reading for my Virgos. please help clarify this career and finance reading for Virgo for the rest of April. Oh, something just flipped out here. Interesting. Got a whole bunch of cards again. Interestingly enough, you now have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And this card indicates a sense of carelessness, being unfocused, meaningless work, misdirected activity, uninspired lack of passion, no motivation. So perhaps there is something in this challenging tower moment that distracts you or knocks some of the passion or motivation out of you. But something about the placement of this card in this spread indicates that it more than likely is temporary, because it seems that you have so much potential for new things coming into your life that you should be inspired and motivated again, despite experiencing a temporary period of self-doubt or being drained. Maybe there is just so much going on in your work life, and maybe even a legal case that is very draining for you at this time. But it seems that you will be forced out of this slump rather quickly. Then you have the Six of Pentacles. This is a great card to have in a career and finance reading. This card means giving, receiving, fairness, sharing wealth, generosity, charity. So you may find yourself in such a place of abundance that you are able to be generous or charitable to others, or this may represent the new opportunities finding their way to you, being very lucrative, paying well. This Knight of Wands in reverse points to a hurry and chaotic energy. There's some anger, scattered energy, frustration, carelessness. This is the second time we got careless in this spread. We saw it here on the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm starting to think that if this is a legal case, maybe this is pointing to the energy around the people disputing and arguing the case. So this could be the energy of the lawyers, if there's lawyers involved, or yourself and whoever you're having the case against. They may be a bit angry that you are proceeding with a legal dispute with them, and that may lead to the scattered energy or sense of distraction that I picked up from this card. But ultimately, whatever that situation was is coming to an end, even if it was hard fought, because this Ten of Swords says betrayal, endings, defeat, deep wounds, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, pain. Whatever job or company you may be moving on from, while it may result in you finding yourself in a better place, it still doesn't come without you feeling some sense of loss, some sense of difficulty from the experience of trying to bring them to justice, trying to rectify whatever hardships you went through, trying to rebuild and reconstruct your career and financial life after those difficulties. You may feel that the efforts that went into trying to get on the other side of that work or business dispute was very draining, and so you may still feel a sense of it being a painful ending, where there was a lot of sacrifice and conflict to get to that. But this Ten of Swords confirms for you that that experience cannot get any worse. It only get better from here. So once you're able to tie up all those loose ends and close the door on that previous employer or company or business partner, you will be able to step into better opportunities, fresh starts, better energy, clearer ideas. And then these last cards here, the Sun indicating that you indeed will experience feelings of joy, positivity, happiness, pleasure, success, fun, love, vitality, and even celebration after this experience. And according to this Two of Cups, the next company that you find yourself with or business endeavor that you embark on seems that it will be a very harmonious match. This Two of Cups card indicates unified love, partnership, balance, attraction, start of a new relationship. Proposal and marriage in this sense could mean signing some sort of contract and committing to a new employer or business partner long term. But this card at least gives you the confidence that this next opportunity will go much better, will be a much better fit aligned with your vision and your work style. You just have to surrender to the universe and let go so that you are able to get a change in perspective. This Hangman card indicates a need to pause, surrender, let go, seek that enlightenment, and get the new vision to release yourself from whatever it is that may currently have you experiencing some turbulence in your career and finances. Let's do an overview on your career and finance reading, Virgo. So you started with this Magician card indicating that you have all of the power, the tools, the skills to manifest whatever it is that you want in your career at this time. And the Page of Wands shows that you may be very inspired and enthusiastic behind some creative idea or business idea, but you have some financial limitations, hardships, setbacks, or even some injustice that you experience that you are looking for the universe or maybe even the legal system to help you rectify. Trust in your intuition and the universe at this time. Particularly trust that a new opportunity will soon find its way to you, despite all of the difficulty and disaster that you may currently be experiencing or that may suddenly find its way to you. The universe is looking to replenish you with new job and financial opportunities. Be smart and work hard to do your homework, both for this case as well as to sharpen your tools and expand upon your skills to be ready to bring your A game when this opportunity is presented to you. The ups and downs of this setback or legal case or instability may be very draining and distracting for you, taking you away from preparing your skill set for your next job or business venture. You may feel too drained to do the education, but allow yourself to be motivated by the Six of Pentacles that indicates that your next opportunity may be lucrative. Transitioning out of this situation and into a new one may be a bit chaotic. You may have to deal with a lot of different energies at that time between the difficulties of resolving this past or current job or business injustice, as well as managing the excitement for a new opportunity and the demands of needing or wanting to learn something related to that opportunity. Maybe a bit frustrating and a lot to navigate at the time. But trust that things can't get any worse, and this situation must and will come to an end in order for you to step into a more positive chapter in your career. Once you work through the difficulties of fighting those battles and bringing that painful, demanding experience to an end, you will likely step into a much more harmonious job, work environment, company, or a partnership that is a good match that aligns with your vision and ideas and work style. You just need to let go a bit and let the universe guide you. Trust your intuition, do the work, stay sharp and good with your communication, and you will be able to enjoy a job or business opportunity that is a much better fit for you, Virgo. Let's get a final message for my Virgo's career and finances, Spirit. What advice or final message do you have for my Virgo's career and finances for the rest of April? Spirit, let's get a final message or some advice for my Virgo's career and finances for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Interesting. You got this card that says get wild. This may be asking you to explore and get creative at this time, Virgo. Let's get one more out for you. The Weaver. This card is telling you that you are able to manifest and create whatever it is that you want in your life at this time. Let's get more clarification on these cards for you. So the message of this Get Wild card says, to connect with our wild nature is to bring ourselves into a state of balance. Having been raised in a culture that favors order, control, discipline, and obligatory respect for authority, many of us get a feeling of danger when we start to veer off the given path. This card is asking you to spend some time with the primal intuitive aspect of yourself. What immediately comes to mind when you think of that part of you? If your wild self has a movement, what would it be? If it was a sound, what would the sound be? If it was a song, what is that song to you? Spend some time asking yourself what it means to you to get wild, and then make time and space for that. Virgo, so this card may be asking you to think outside of the box in our jobs and business environments, in our economy, and the capitalistic structures in general may sometimes demand a lot of rigidity and discipline, which these cards indicate you already have the skill set to navigate that world, or these cards may have been advising you to work on strengthening those skills. But this Get Wild card asks you to step outside of the rigidity of the business and capitalistic structures that sometimes force you into doing something just for money, and perhaps explore other hobbies and interests that may lead to you discovering a new passion or reconnecting with an old passion that may turn into a career opportunity. Get wild, think outside the box, color outside of the lines, put yourself out there, take a few risks, surrender to the universe, trust your intuition and instincts. Let go of some of that rigidity and structure that you may be accustomed to at a time that is easier said than done, but that will allow you to find a creative opportunity that brings you a lot more happiness and fulfillment. And finally, you got this Weaver card. The message here says, the Weaver is the master of their destiny. Each one of us has thousands of threads that, when combined, weave the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, or sever any strand at any time, and in doing so, we are the Weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of all the threads active within your life at this moment. What needs to happen moving forward? Which ones need to grow stronger? Which ones need to be cut? What actions can you take to tend the threads of your fate? Virgo, so this is reminding you that you have more control over your life than perhaps you realize. More power to manifest the outcomes as well as the lifestyle that you perhaps want to see for yourself. It's just a matter of you weaving it into existence. So I hope that was helpful for you, Virgo. This is the April 2025 love and career reading for Virgo, Sun or Rising, for what's to come in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Leave a comment if anything resonated, or let me know any readings you'd like to see me do in the future. Hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons for notifications of my weekly horoscope, pop culture, and celebrity readings. Donations and gift lists are linked down below if you're inspired, but not required. I wish you all abundance and opulence. May divine light radiate through your life. Keep shining.